Hey, what is up guys? I'm your host Jance, and this is On Road All Day. So today on ORAD, our new nickname, we're gonna take a deep dive into why boosting Lamborghini's V10s are a recipe for perfection. But first we gotta go back in time to see how these engines were made. (2003), enter the Gallardo. The name itself originated from one of the 5 Spanish ball-bred casts or prized fighting bulls, but at the time people didn't really care about the meaning behind the name Gallardo. The Gallardo was newer, cheaper than the Murcielago, and had one of the most orgasmic sounding engines of all time. And what engine specifically? The iconic 5-liter 90-degree V10 engine that made 500 horsepower at 8,000 RPMs and 376.16 foot-pounds of torque at 4,250 RPMs. I mean, for a lightweight, budget-friendly supercar, it's plenty of power for the Gallardo to blast from 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds with a top speed of 315 kilometers an hour. So for the engine specs, the V10 has an 82.5mm bore and a 92.8mm stroke with a compression ratio of 11:1:1. The camshaft duration on the intake side is about 292 degrees, but the duration on the exhaust side is unknown. The engine itself has a dual overhead cam with variable valve timing, 2 air filters with 2 air mass meters or mass airflow sensors, 2 cast alloy throttle bodies that are electronically controlled by a drive-by-wire throttle butterfly valves, with a cast magnesium alloy variable geometry and resonated intake manifold.
But wait! There's more!
The Gallardo was also equipped with a cast aluminum alloy head or heads that included low friction cam followers with automatic hydraulic clearance compensation and CVVT, which is short for continuously variable valve timing. The construction of the 5-liter V10 engine block is made of a cast aluminum alloy with integrated liners made of Uetic alloy. The crankshaft is made of forged steel with split crank pins that creates a 72-degree firing interval with the 90-degree V10. The fuel system is an electronic sequential multi-point indirect fuel injection system, and due to the centrally mounted spark plugs and the direct-acting single spark coils, gives the Gallardo a high-revving nature. The Gallardo SE, Spider, and Superleggera received a bump in power from 2003 to 2005. Both the SE and Spider came with 512 horsepower, while the Superleggera came with about 525 horsepower. In terms of reliability, these engines are pretty reliable. Used or abused, they can last up to 160,000 kilometers or 201,000 kilometers. I mean, if you own a Gallardo from 2003 to 2004, there are only 2 issues that you will encounter during the Gallardo's lifespan, such as oil pump issues and clutch failure with both the manual and automatic transmissions. Tunability is very much limited, but can also be a fortune. AMT Tuning offers a Stage 1 ECU tune for about $2,000. Yeah, 4 bills for a flash, but you do get an extra 30 ponies and 24 foot-pounds of torque. However, VR Tuned is much cheaper and has more benefits, no offense AMT, which can get you about 40 ponies and 19 foot-pounds of torque. However, with VR Tuned, you do lose about 5 foot-pounds of torque compared to AMT tuning. But do you want to hear something else that's better than the flash tune? One word: boost. So boosting a Gallardo has massive benefits and a few downsides. You're going to make between 750 to 1600 plus horsepower, but it's going to cost you 1/4 or your whole yearly salary. Although there's another alternative. If you can't afford a Lambo, why not get an R6? It came with the same 5-liter V10 as the Gallardo. Audi originally was going to slap in the 5-liter V10 from the Gallardo, but Audi knew that the naturally aspirated V10 in the 4,400-pound sedan wasn't going to cut it. So Audi added 2 twin turbos that would push the engine past its limits. The twin-turbo V10 would make 571 horsepower at 6,700 RPMs and 479.35 foot-pounds of torque at 1,500 RPMs. Compression was lowered to 10.5:1, the bore was increased from 82.5mm to 84.5mm, and the stroke was decreased to 89mm. I mean, the R6 is fast, damn fast for its weight and size, ludicrously modest, and the most powerful sports sedan Audi has ever produced at the time. The RS6 could blast from 0 to 60 in about 3.9 seconds with an electronically limited top speed of 155 miles per hour. But remove the limiter and you can reach speeds of 190 to 200 miles per hour. From a tuning standpoint, the R6 has a broader range of parts, and companies like APR or Revo Tuning offer flash tunes for cheaper compared to the Gallardo. It's about $600 to $900 for a basic tune. But since the R6 is boosted from factory and has a Lamborghini engine on top of that, the benefits are much higher than the Gallardo itself. For example, APR offers its basic flash tune for about $900, $900 to $1,000, and that tune can get you about 95 horsepower and 237 foot-pounds of torque. Stage 2 can really put you in the 700 to 750 horsepower range, with supporting mods of course. I'm not sure if a Stage 3 ECU tune exists, but I do know there are these turbos called the TTE1000s that can bump you up to about 887.68 horsepower on pump gas and a little over 1,000 horsepower on E85 fuel.